Hello friends, welcome to Wisdom Tree. Wisdom Tree is a platform where we share some wonderful secrets of our ancient heritage. These secrets teach us a lot about life and dharma, that is, the path of righteousness. These secrets are passed on via legends, poetry, stories, local tales. Today I am beginning with the story of a great warrior, one of my most favorite characters of the epic Mahabharata. The name of our hero today is Karna. Friends, Karna is most popularly known by the name as Danveer Karna. Danveer literally means a hero in giving. That's right, Dan is charity, to give something, and Veer is brave hero. So our hero Karna is Danveer. One day, Arjun was quite inquisitive about Shri Krishna's addressing Karna as Danveer, while he used to address Yudhishthir, Arjun's elder brother, as Dharmraj. Dharmraj means the one who follows the righteous path. Now Arjun was quite curious, and one day he asked Krishna, why do you do so? Yudhishthir is my elder brother and he is also charitable. Why don't you address him as Danveer? So Shri Krishna, he just smiled and said, okay, let me give you a demonstration. Shri Krishna took Arjun with him and they took a form of a Brahmin. They went to Yudhishthir first and they asked him that we are hungry, we want to cook food, and we use only sandalwood to cook our food. So please give us some. Now that day it was raining heavily, so it was very difficult to find sandalwood. Yudhishthir searched everywhere. He sent his men to search everywhere, but he couldn't find it. So after a lot of effort, he finally apologized to them and said, I will not be able to give you sandalwood. I looked for it everywhere. Can I give you some food instead? They said, no, we cook food only in sandalwood. Thank you for your effort. Yudhishthir folded his hands in apology and let them go. Then they went to Ang Desh, that is the country of Ang, whose king was our hero Karna. They went there and they requested the same thing, that we are Brahmins and we cook food only in sandalwood. So please give us some, we are very hungry, we need to cook food. Karna also sent his men everywhere. He himself looked for it, but he could not find sandalwood anywhere. It was raining. Even if he would be able to find sandalwood, it would need to be dry for them to cook food. He could not find it. So he also went to them and said, I am sorry, I could not find it. They said, it's okay. He said, no, but give me 5 minutes. He took his bow and his arrows, and you won't imagine what he did. He broke the doorposts of his own house. That's right. The doors, a part of the door was made of sandalwood. So he broke all the doors of his house and he gave as much sandalwood as he could collect and he gave it to them. He said, this should suffice for you to cook food for quite some time. So the two Brahmins, that is Shri Krishna and Arjun, they did not return empty-handed from the charitable king, our hero Karna. So Arjun was quite ashamed that how could he question Shri Krishna about such a thing. Whatever he says, there's always a reason behind it, and he agreed, yes, Karna is indeed Danveer. That day Shri Krishna told Arjun that Karna is indeed the greatest, but he did not tell him that he is also a Pandav. Now let me tell you one another interesting story which is not very well known but is quite true. In this story we'll get an insight about how Karna always used to follow the path of righteousness and how even Duryodhan never lost faith in his friend. How Duryodhan also felt that Karna will always be righteous and he will never do anything that will upset him or that will be wrong. After Duryodhan made Karna the king of Ang Desh, Karna used to spend most of his time with Duryodhan. They would practice together, they would discuss politics together, they would play Chaucer together. Chaucer it was used to be an indoor game. It often involved gambling and it was quite popular game in those times. This game has a lot of significance which we'll discuss in other videos. However, so they were playing Chaucer together, and in the middle of the game Duryodhan had to go for go outside for some work. So meanwhile, Duryodhan's wife, Bhanumati, she came inside and said, okay, I'll play for Duryodhan. And Karn and Bhanumati started playing Chaucer together. So while playing the game, just like that it happened that Bhanumati's attire, it got engaged in Karn's bangle and it stretched a little, and her pearl necklace, it broke. So just to understand, they were in a little awkward position as per those times, and at the same time, same very moment, Duryodhan entered the room and he saw them in awkward position. Not even for a fraction of a second was Duryodhan doubtful that in his absence they both were sitting, his friend and his wife, and they were in an awkward position. He came inside and said, how's the game going? And started playing his part forward. In the night when Duryodhan went to Bhanumati's room, she asked him that, dear, weren't you curious or weren't you even suspicious for a second when you saw us in that position? He said, to which Duryodhan replies, will amaze you. Duryodhan said, every relation is based on faith. There has to be mutual trust, and I trust my friend more like anything. I know that my friend cannot do anything wrong. So it was just about seeing you in an awkward position, which could happen due to any reason, and that reason is not important to me. Even if I had seen something wrong happen in front of my eyes, in which my friend was involved, I would consider that scene a hallucination, and I would not believe it because I know my friend is right. Friends, this gives us an insight about Duryodhan also. There may be n number of wrong things, there may be n number of evil sides of him, but he was a good friend to Karn. Let's begin with the third interesting aspect of our hero Karn. Friends, as we discuss this third story about Karn, believe me, it was even harder for me to believe that someone could be that kind. This is the story when Karn was just about to die. Yes, Karn was in Mahabharata, in Kurukshetra, and he was just about to die. So at that time, Shri Krishna, he came as a Brahmin and said, I'm very poor, please give me something. Maybe it's not a right time to ask, but I've heard a lot about you, that you're very charitable. He came to Karna and said, please give me something. And Karna said, what can I do to you? I'm just about to die. So Shri Krishna said, it's okay, I understand. He said, no, wait. This was in his inside. It used to radiate. Charity used to radiate from Karna. He said, please wait. He took a stone that was lying nearby and he hit his jaw with that stone and took out his teeth, the 2 teeth that were made of gold. And he asked to the Brahmin, oh dear Brahmin, please accept these gold teeth as my charity to you. Friends, when Karna was just about to die, how could he even think of that? That was the time for him to think about himself. It was his last breath on earth left. But he did not think about himself. He think of the person who needed help, who needed his help. Shri Krishna took it one step further. He said, I cannot accept this. These teeth are stained with your blood and your saliva, and these are impure. I cannot accept it. And that was the time when only few breaths were left, and Karna was just about to die any moment. From God knows where, he gathered courage. He summoned all his strength, and he took his Vijayadhanush and an arrow, and he shot the arrow, and water came inside, and water came out from earth. With that water, he washed his teeth and said, now these are pure, and I hope these are acceptable to you. So please take this charity. After this, Shri Krishna was overwhelmed with Karna's benevolence, and he showed him his Vishwaroop. Karna was the third person to see Shri Krishna's Vishwaroop, and post this, he got salvation. Friends, you'll wonder, why did Shri Krishna do this? He was just about to die. He could have let him die in dignity. Why he had to make him go through all that pain? There was a reason behind this, and Shri Krishna never did anything without any reason. The reason was this, that all his life, Karna was on the side of evil. Mahabharata was a yudh between the good and the bad, the evil and the good thing. So Karna was on the wrong side. Though even when he was in the wrong side, he was following his dharma, and his dharma was friendship. His friendship with Duryodhan. So Karna was always following dharma, but he was on the side of adharma. So to balance the sins which were inadvertently caused by Karna, Shri Krishna played his Leela and he did all this, and finally Karna got salvation. Friends, we're so busy in our lives that we hardly have time to think about the other people, and then we hear such stories of legends who were the heights of character, the heights of charity. I mean, at least when I searched through it, I was really awestruck. I cannot forget this great hero, Karna. Friends, if we could inculcate in ourselves just one little bit of these qualities, probably we ourselves will become great saints in this Kali Yuga. Friends, if you have any query about Karna or about any character of Mahabharata or about any ancient thing, do feel free to ask it in the comment section. This is your channel. We are going to make this channel grow. We are going to share our experiences. Do share some stories if you have with us. And please do subscribe to the channel. There's a button in the red. This effort was done for all the people who do not understand Hindi but they still want to know our ancient wisdom. So here I'm signing off. I'll meet you soon. Have a great day.